Hello, everyone. I'd like to talk to you tonight about the stigma of mental illness. The definition of stigma, according to the Oxford Dictionaries, is a sign of disgrace which sets a person apart from others by a particular circumstance. There's many false beliefs about mental illnesses, and they can cause numerous problems, according to the Mayo Clinic staff. There are many preconceived ideas that are not true about mentally ill patients that can increase prejudice towards them. An unkept appearance, homelessness, perceived ideals are they're not responsible for their actions, they're incurable, they need drugs to stay well, or that they're criminals or violent. So by addressing the stigma of mental illness, I hope to make the public more aware of perceived ideas so they can make better choices when dealing with mental patients. Mental patients deserve respect and encouragement along with kindness. Experts estimate that 1 in 4 people have a treatable mental or emotional difficulty. 75% don't seek the help they need, and the Psychological Medical Journal conducted a study that shows that stigma is the major barrier. Mental illness is perceived as a sign of weakness. That's why a lot of people won't seek help. I work in a mental health facility, and almost all the patients that come in there have low self-esteem and believe that they can't be helped because their family has browbeat them, or their family members, their friends, they all had opinions that they told them they wasn't no good and they'd never be able to amount to anything. And so, that's when they initially come into the program, they have very low self-esteem and they don't feel like they can even be helped. I feel this issue should be addressed because there is treatment and medication to improve the overall life of a patient. People need to be educated and have more compassion for others that are not as functional as they are. Stigma is in the eye of the beholder only. Evidence supports the concept of stereotypes of mental illness, according to Townsend, Philo, and Byrne. Stereotypes make people easier to dismiss. Discrimination against mental patients may be obvious and direct, such as making negative remarks, or it can be unintentional, like avoiding a person that you think is violent or dangerous, or somebody that don't quite look as good as you do, might be a little unkept, or might even be a homeless person. And even after many years of learning about mental illness, let me reiterate here, it is still considered to be a sign of weakness. Overcoming the stigma of mental health is just, they're people too, and everybody needs help sometimes. We all have emotional issues, regardless of who you are. It just may not be to the same degree as the people that we perceive. Consequences of stigma for patients can be shame, blame, secrecy. They want to keep everything secret. They stay isolated, social exclusion, and stereotyping. And studies have shown that there are poor outcomes in people that when their social networks are reduced. Gullickson writes about her schizophrenia brother, and I'm going to quote unquote, "For me, stigma means fear, resulting in lack of confidence. Stigma is loss, resulting in unresolved mourning issues. Stigma is not having access to resources. Stigma is being made invisible or being reviled, resulting in conflict. Stigma is lowered family esteem and intense shame, resulting in decrease of self-worth. Stigma is secrecy. Stigma is anger. Stigma resulting in distance, and most importantly, stigma is hopelessness, resulting in hopelessness." Mental health patients deserve the respect and encouragement along with kindness. And we need to educate ourselves so that we can be of help to someone that's most likely outcast by society. They could even be a member of our own family. You know, everybody's got feelings, and every once in a while, everybody might have problems that they need help with. It's nothing to be ashamed of to have a mental illness. The shame lies in not seeking help. So, I want to thank you for your time and your attention, and I appreciate you listening to me.